So earlier today, I attended a workshop. It was mainly around sales, and it was with Al Simon, who's a fantastic sales coach with Sandler Training. And one of the questions that got asked was from one of the attendees that wanted to know how you can have a better chance at having a one-call close whenever you're cold calling. And if you're not familiar with what that is, that's essentially you walk into a business for the very first time. You go in there and you say, hey, I'm so-and-so with ABCD company, and I think I can help you out. And then you go and close the deal right then and there. And if you've ever cold called, you know that just doesn't happen. If you have had it happen, kudos to you, but just closing deals right then and there just really doesn't happen. But they wanted an answer as far as like, well, how can I make that happen? How can I increase my chances for that? And essentially Al said, you can't expect that to be the case. You just need to really go for the next action item, which would be schedule an appointment, or maybe you can gain enough interest to get a phone call, which is the right way to go about it. And you're just trying to get to that next step. But it made me start thinking, because a lot of times whenever I'm talking with, whether it's an e-commerce store or just a local business who've done some ads, or they've created content, they created videos, and then they went and they put some money behind that, maybe try to run an ad with it, and they generate a ton of views, and they get a lot of people that are clicking on the ad, they're going to the website, and then they get discouraged after like a day or two, and they've spent a little bit of money, and I start talking to them, they're like, yeah, it doesn't work for me. And I ask them why, and it's because they ran an ad, and essentially whenever they ran the ad, they were expecting people just to see the ad and then go and buy, or see the ad and go and schedule for a consultation or something along those lines. And it started making me think about that is very similar to somebody wanting to get a one-call close, which almost you could go into 1,000 businesses and you may not be able to one-call close one of them. Now, there are some stipulations with this depending upon what you sell. Obviously, if you want one-call closes and you sell something that people know, sorry if y'all hear that siren, but and you are looking for that one-call close, and the client or that business knows the value of what it is, and you make an insane offer to get them to close right then and there, that's always an opportunity. You can always do that. That's the chance of that. But 9 out of 10 times, one-call closes, think about it if you've ever cold called, they just don't happen. So why do you expect that to happen when you run an ad online, or really just run an ad anywhere? It just doesn't happen. You've got to, frequency's the key. You got to stay in front of them. You got to build that relationship and that trust. So just keep that in mind the next time you start running an ad. You got to have a little bit of patience with the right strategy and execution, but give it time. It takes time to build that relationship and get people to actually convert into a customer. All the best.